وَرَحْمَتِي وَسِعَتْ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ. Allah said, and my mercy encompasses everything. So if the family of the Prophet ﷺ doesn't have a token to say we belong to the Prophet's family and that we're excused from prayer, then our families have no excuse. The noble daughter of the Prophet ﷺ, Sayyida Fatima Zahra radiyallahu anha, after she was married to Sayyidina Ali radiyallahu anhu, the Prophet ﷺ before Fajr would go to the door of his daughter in the house of Sayyidina Ali and stand at the door, and he would call and he would say, As-salata ya ala bayti Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He would say, prayer, O family of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. If we have homes in which our children don't even have a concept of something called the Fajr prayer, they don't know what the Fajr prayer is, and when it happens, we're in trouble. We're in serious trouble. If we don't know if our children are praying, if we don't encourage them, if they don't see us praying, how many of a time I've asked young children, do you pray at home? And they say, no. I said, why? I said, because nobody prays at home. Nobody prays at home. Now, if this is the way our homes are, then we live in very, very difficult, dangerous times where some people are in a real warfare of their lives, of their livelihoods, of their homes. But we are also in perhaps a more difficult war than them. And our war is spiritual. Our war is intellectual. Our war is moral. And if we lose in this moral war, then we're worse off than those whose homes were destroyed and they were shaheed, and they will have the highest ranks in Jannah. Because this world is not worth anything anyway. And the people who lost their lives, they are definitely greater and in a higher place than those who are losing this war. Do you know, before the 7th of October, there was over 70,000 men, women and children in Gaza who had memorized the Quran al-Kareem. You wouldn't find a single house in Gaza except multiple people had memorized the entire Quran al-Kareem. These are people who've been living in a war zone for 70 years. And in this small area of Gaza, you find 70,000 people who memorize the Quran. Tell me, what excuse do me and you and our families have that we're not engaged with the Quran? The Quran doesn't open up in our homes. There's no time for it. The Prophet ﷺ, every evening, he used to walk in the streets of Medina. Every evening. To look after the welfare of the people of Medina and to find out if everybody is fine. And he would say, I can recognize the houses of the tribe of the Ash'ariyin, because when I pass by their houses every evening, I can hear them recite the Quran. I can hear them recite the Quran. If we pass by our homes, do we hear recitation of the Quran? The Prophet ﷺ, he would pass by his companions in the evening and they would be reciting. He passed by one companion and the next day he said to him, he said, last night I heard you recite the Quran. It's as if you have been given a trumpet from the trumpets of the family of Dawood alayhi salam, because he had a really beautiful voice. And the man, he said, Ya Rasulullah, had I known that you were listening, لَحَبَّرْتُهُ تَحْبِيرًا, I would have beautified it even more. Where are our children from reciting the Quran in beautiful tones in their homes? Or have they given up what is better for that which is less? Have we chosen for them what is less over something which Allah has given us, which is much higher and much greater? And that's something to think about. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآله وصحبه.